It's a beautiful Thursday night, guys. It's Broken Pen night. Now I have one question. As a man, what at all will be your reason to want just a traditional wedding or want a child before marriage? Explain to this is the microphone. Come on, explain to us why you want just traditional marriage or a child before marriage. Explain. You see, you cannot explain. That is the reason why we are seated here today. Remember, you can join the conversation on all of our social media platforms at MX24GH with the hashtag BrokenPen, or send us your messages via our WhatsApp number 0550-331-511. Of course, my name is Yavita, and I'm trying to fix tonight's Broken Pen with... She's my enemy. She's my enemy. But I'm still going to do the introduction. I've got Abba Inshira Yedenoa Dako Kobina. She's an influencer. Hi. Hi. I'm angry with her, but I mean, I have to like slap on a smile just because she's, you know, she's on the Broken Pen. And over here, we don't fight. We don't fight. Hi, Eduna. How are you?
I'm good.
Everything is okay?
Yeah.
How has the year treated you?
Oh, it's been good so far.
It's been good so far. Okay, then we're hoping that the rest of the year go well. And then I've got a man with us. He is an entrepreneur, and he goes by the name Godson Pratt. Hi, Godson.
Hi, how are you doing?
Thank you so much for coming to the Broken Pen.
Thank you very much.
I like, you know.
No, I like yours too. Everything about you, actually.
Oh my God. Thank you. Guys, I'm blushing. I'm blushing on the show. And I've got another female, and she goes by the name, okay, before her name, you need to know she's a digital marketer and a podcast producer. Hey! She goes by the name Annabelle Aram Afi Ayiti. Hi, Aram.
Hiya.
It didn't say me born well. I bought it.
You did great.
Look, you see, as a female coming from a literature background, there is no name you give to me that I can't mention.
Ish.
Until they give me a name that I cannot mention. But guys, thank you so much for honoring our invitation. Thank you so much for coming. But before we start, Telecel says you're about to have the world at your fingertips because the wait is finally over. Telecel is here. Now you have everything you want and need: quick and reliable communication, stress-free money transactions via Telecel Cash, transforming your big business ideas into success stories with Telecel Business and more. Connect with Telecel and enjoy a world of endless possibilities, because with Telecel, there is no limit to connections. Telecel, connecting energies. Our Broken Pen tonight is titled My Charming Prodigal Boyfriend. Let's try to fix this Broken Pen after the short commercial break. We'll be right back.
We are back, bringing you the latest lineup from Betway. Betway starts strong with their front two, with Free Play Friday and Swipe Bet. In the middle, you've got all the control with Cash Out and Build a Bet. Plus, with Win Boost, you can boost your sports bets. At the back, they have Smart Picks and the Partial Daily Jackpot.
You always get way more with Betway.
This
advert has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly. No under 18. Terms and conditions apply. Betway. Get way more.
Sisi masendi obia sika ma no enti me twam. Kwadwo na ponche na.
Soa, masend pictures na ma. Choose nyope na fe send sika no ma no.
Sending money from Telecel Cash to Telecel Cash is free. You can also make payments to merchants on all networks with Telecel Cash.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Of course, to repair this broken pen from our studios here at MX24 TV, we have Nags Cocktail Bar as usual to refresh us as we delve into this bothering issue. I'm going to grab my glass. You can see some yellow and green. Today, I'm more than a yo. Joseph's coat of many colors. There's pink, there's white, there's yellow, there's green. There's a lot of colors happening. But that's because I shine everywhere I go. Now, Nag says, it's raining goodies the whole month of May. Enjoy some great discounts to up to 30% and some free sampling sessions with all your cocktail or local bar needs for that special occasion. And some cool cash by simply referring at Gig. DM them on all their socials at Zikopai on Instagram or at Frank Cork, C-O-R-K, on TikTok, or just WhatsApp them on the number 0241 487 904. Let me remind you, you can also contribute to this show. So send your comments, your reactions, your opinions to any of our social media platforms at MX24GH with the hashtag Broken Pen Show. Now to the issue at hand. My guest, are you ready to hear the story? Yeah. Okay, can we have it on the screen? So it says, Dear MX24, I hope you pick up my story and help me fix this broken pen. I clearly remember how it started because it was on my birthday and a close friend posted my picture on his status to celebrate me. As you would have it, there was this guy who showed interest after seeing my picture and requested for my contact. I wasn't hopeful or anything, but I agreed, and fast forward, we started dating after going through a brief talking stage. I was so into this guy that I'll journey 7 hours to visit him whenever I got some free time. He even introduced me to his parents to show he was serious about me. One thing that stood out was that he was quickly making plans for our future. It was all good, just that the only problem from the onset was he was older than me and aging faster. He really wanted us to start reproducing, so his suggestion was that we should have a baby right then and get married later, or anyhow else I wanted it. He didn't want a white wedding though, just traditional because of his personal beliefs, but I told him there's no way I'll give birth out of wedlock. The next thing he suggested was that I should move to the region where he is to settle with him. Again, I told him no, there's no way I'll move in with a guy that I'm not married to. Few months later, after I didn't do what he wanted, he started acting funny with sporadic conversations. Sometimes hi or hello and how are you, and always giving me a busy attitude. But I thought maybe he was preoccupied with work because he had been promoted, but little did I know that he was seeing another lady. Early this year, he posted the lady on his WhatsApp status, captioned with sweet words, and muted me from seeing it. Luckily for me, my friend through which he got to know me from saw it and sent me a screenshot of it. I did not react to it by confronting him, but I just couldn't stop crying knowing he had cheated. He became more distant as the days went by, and he kept on posting her and muting me from seeing the post. To me, technically, the relationship was over for about 2 months since we had no official communication. He later came out to pin the whole silence thing on me, that I did not like him enough to have a baby with him, nor move in with him, and that's why he only paused contacting me. He conveniently didn't add the part where he was with another lady. Dear MX24, can you believe that for 3 months now, he has been in my DM trying to act normal as if we're still in a relationship? On my end, it ended with the cheating and silence, but guys, I love him a lot because he was the first man I ever dated. On top of that, he's shown how serious he is with the way he's planned our future. I don't want to become just a baby-making machine to him, and I don't know if I will ever be the only woman in his life. Is love enough? Help me fix my broken pen. You see, I said, Nipa never know myself. You have seen the trouble you are doing. I love you, TV. Okay, maybe I will say anything. But guys, before we even continue, before we delve into the conversation, have any of you heard of Betway? I bet you have. You've all heard of Betway, right?
Of course.
Well, Betway says, yes, so cool. Their customer down may be big, but Betway's cash out is bigger. Our enhanced early partial and auto cash out feature lets you cash out bets early, cash out a portion of your ongoing bets, or even set your bets to cash out automatically. All of this is to give you way more control over every thrilling bet you place. Sign up today at betway.com.gh. Remember, terms and conditions apply. Remember, only no under 18 betting, and all of your bets are regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Betway says, get way more. You see the way I've crossed my leg now? I've put my leg down, because it's about to get serious. Guys, you had the well, I don't want to call it a story, but you had the letter that was written to us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to start off by saying that I've always believed that love is enough. But love is not enough when you are seeing red flag, red banner. Banner like the trouser I'm wearing. And you are still doing love is enough. Hey! Awula! You get up. But I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to start with, who should I start with? We've got two ladies and a guy. We've got two ladies and a guy. We've got two ladies and a guy. So we're going to start with Godson. Godson.
Yes.
I am asking you first because it's a lady that has written to us. So I
Yes,
want to
yes.
know your POV before.
No problem.
How long? How long do you think talking stages should take?
Well, it depends on who is doing the talking. And from what you said or from what you read,
Yeah.
according to me, the pen is not even broken at all.
Oh, really?
It's just a misunderstanding.
Hey.
Okay.
That's why I say, it depends on.
The ladies are laughing.
Yeah, I get it. I would have.
Me, the pen has crashed.
The ink is even out.
Then you just throw it away.
I was hoping you started with the girls because I would have wanted to hear from their perspective.
Yeah, I wanted to hear from you.
No problem.
Because,
so, like I said, from me,
yeah.
I don't even think the pen is broken at all based on what she said.
What she's saying.
It's just a different perspective because from where she's coming from, she made the moves. She's been traveling 7 hours to see a guy and all those other things. Like for guys also, these are red flags. Don't forget that ladies have red flags and guys also have red flags.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to relationships, guys are totally different from women. And then you also have to understand, like, there is always like response and reactions, right? So sometimes when you react, you can react with natural instinct. But when you respond, you can respond also with knowledge, morality, and a lot of different things. So all the things that the guy is like, let's have a baby, let's move in together, let's get married together. These are just natural instinct of a man. Remember, for a woman, they are different.
Yeah.
So what she's looking at is not the same as what the guy is looking at. That doesn't necessarily mean the guy means something bad on it. That's what I'm saying. Like on my part, I don't even think the pen is broken at all. I think like the girl got off from a wrong foot, and then her perspective is a little bit different. So she's looking at things completely different than the guy. So I don't think like the guy is acting anything more than what a guy is supposed to act in that limelight.
Okay.
But before I go on with mine, I want to hear the ladies.
No, because when you were speaking, I saw you didn't say. Then I said, no.
No. I have to be, when I came on the show, I didn't even know what we were going to talk about.
Yes.
Like, I mean, obviously, I knew, right? So I had to think, like, do I want to be honest or do I want to be political?
Yeah, of course, we want you to be very honest.
Exactly.
I mean,
so if I'm sitting here, like the girl, when she said, like, this is the only first day, we were all literally laughing, right?
Yeah.
Like, be a little honest at least.
Yes.
Let's get off on the right foot. So I came here to be completely honest. And sometimes being honest, it means I have to say things either the way they are or the way that I see it.
That's true.
So from my perspective, the pen is not broken.
The pen is not broken.
Yeah.
Abba, what is your thoughts? First of all, what is your thought on the entire letter that has been written to us? Is our lady right in thinking, oh, he had moved on? Because you can't go 2 months without talking to me, and then you're posting other people, and then you come back and then you act like everything is okay. And then, do you also think the man is right because he's growing? I mean, if she's like 26 or 25 and he's like 42, he wants to have kids. So maybe she should be able to understand him. Or what are your thoughts?
Okay, thank you. So my thought is we are in Africa.
Yeah.
And in Africa, if you think you are growing, you should get married. That is the first thing. So if you want to have babies, you should get married. And also, if I'll be wrong, the girl actually, is the man who actually saw the girl's picture, right?
Yeah.
And the girl thought that, oh, maybe the man's vibe was good and everything. So she wanted to like be the one to be going to him. So that you're like, oh, afa. Oh, you get it. So if you think that you like the girl, then that means that you should get married to the girl and everything should go on smooth rather than you cheating. Do you get it?
Yeah.
It's very wrong.
Cheating is like, that's the last straw.
Yes, and
I always say that I can take a couple of things, but cheating is like the height of it. But this one, cry, is it cheating? Okay, well, Aram. Oh, you're not done?
Oh, I'm done.
Okay, so let me move to Aram. Aram, what are we thinking about this whole story? Who is right? Who is wrong?
Okay, well, thank you, but I don't think both of them are right.
Okay.
No one is right.
Nobody's right here.
Because to start off, the lady said she travels for hours to go
7
visit.
hours.
7 solid hours.
Nana,
I'm sure the man is in Takwa. Because...
flight, take flights.
Very serious.
The man also comes, but most often
right. That is where I am like driving to.
Bus for 7 hours.
Oh, it's nothing. That is no. You see, if you want to be actually right, if you are in love,
when you're in love,
a lot of
things, a lot goes on.
Yes.
A lot goes on. Like a lot goes into it. So yeah.
Not even the CIA will get that information out of me.
You know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, nobody is wrong. It's just like different perspective. The girl was looking at things a little bit differently from the guys. Again, like I said, the way the guy behaved, that is usually how a lot of guys will behave. Like if my friend posts a girl and I see that she's beautiful, I would say, oh, who be this girl?
Yeah.
Something like that,
link
right?
me.
You know, link me. Sometimes I don't even mean it. I just kind of like, you know, put something in there because that's what we comment when we see pretty girls in a picture on a friend's post, right? So then let's say like my friend says to the girl and the girl texts me and you know, like guys, even if they are married, they have girlfriend, they will respond to that type of message. So what I'm saying is, I don't think the guy is wrong. He just did what any guy in his position would do.
No.
Okay, wait. No. Godson, before you come in, Aram, you're saying no.
Yes.
No. So there must be something.
There must be something because, I mean, I have a couple of male friends.
Yeah.
I literally grew up with like males. So I know how sometimes they behave.
Yeah.
They are on and off behavior and all of that. So he said something. He said guys would comment, oh, link me on all of that. Right, they would do that, but some of them actually have like genuine intentions. Some of them actually want to like be friends until maybe when they start talking.
The kind of vibe that he gave her.
That was the kind of vibe he gave her until they start talking, and then maybe he makes it clear, okay, I want us to like date. What do you think? And then the girl gives her consent or her go ahead.
Yeah.
Then they start a talking stage. Well, about talking stage, we'll discuss that matter later.
Talking stage can be like a year.
It can be like a year, but one thing I also know is I know that for talking stage, once you guys get to be like friends, definitely there are some vital informations, if not so personal. There are some information your partner or whoever you think you are talking to should know within like the first few weeks. You don't need to go 2 years, 3 years. You are wasting your time.
You know, they've always said that you can never truly get to know anybody. when you get married, you still get to know.
You still get to know the person.
So it doesn't really.
Right. So, in my case, the girl is not right. The boy is not right.
Oh, why is the girl not right?
The girl is not right in the sense that, I mean, if it was me,
Yeah.
if you bring that proposal and I tell you no, I ended there with you because I won't continue hurting myself. I won't think or assume that we are into something, whereas we are not into anything because you've made your intentions clear. And then I can't argue with that. So let's just end it so that we go our separate ways. So you find your person, I find my person. Then we move on. So is life. Then the guy also gets someone else. Then because you don't want your so-called girlfriend to see, you mute her for someone else to give it. So that means the guy knows what he's doing.
No,
maybe the guy has actually found
you're confusing
someone.
it a little bit.
Yes.
I feel like with the story that was written to us, it sounds as though the guy told her, "Oh, this is what I want," and then she was like, "Yes."
Yes.
Until he started saying, "Oh, I want to have kids before we do the wedding," and she's also thinking, "I don't want to have a child if I don't have a wedding first."
Yeah.
So that is where the confusion comes, and then I'm thinking that perhaps the man too says, "Well, it is not because of your wedding I'm going to be waiting around and waiting till you are ready, you know. So I might as well find the next person that likes me and I like them."
Yes.
Do you get it? Because it was supposed to be a talking stage.
Communication.
And it's somebody was traveling 7 hours.
Can you imagine?
Talking stage 7, and then you marry the person, then you fly in the air. Yeah, because talking stage 7 hours. Anyways, I'm coming back to Godson. Do you think age should be considered when entering a relationship? Should we consider the age or just the feeling? Now, before you even answer, I am going to put it out there. I don't care about the age. Heck, you can be 60, I can be 23. I don't care. Okay? Because I've seen people find love with people they have like 30 years gap with.
Yeah.
Or people they have like 2-year gap with. So it doesn't really, I don't think that there's a specific formula or equation to it. But let me hear from you.
Yeah, I don't think age is necessarily, a factor, even though in most cases it should be a factor, because like what you were saying, or what the girl was actually saying, that the man is getting old. Men never get old.
Women actually age faster than men.
Women age very fast, and actually men never age, because a man can be 99 and they can shoot like straight up.
Ooh!
So,
what are we shooting?
We're shooting. They can be 90 and they can still snipe, like, on point. So when we're talking about age, it has nothing to do with men. I mean, of course, maybe in our culture, it's not really common that you see a 60-year-old man and an 18-year-old girl or something. But it's happening. And in the case of having kids, the man is still okay to have kids even at 80. Like for women, you already know, like once you start hitting 30, 33, you are like...
Then it's like the biological
Exactly.
clock.
So I don't even believe that part, that the man is getting old so he wants to have children.
It doesn't know. You can meet somebody that is old, then you die before the person.
Thank you very much.
That's very possible.
It will shock you.
But you see, again, I was saying, like, we have to, if we're going to be honest, then also we have to be honest and say this thing, right? You have to understand that when it comes to having babies, that is a man's job. When we are talking about reproduction, right? Assuming you have one woman, right? And 1,000 men, and this is all you have on planet Earth. Like you have one woman, right? And 1,000 men, and then you have to reproduce. Like
you do it one at a time.
No, hold on. How many children do you think you can have in a year? No.
2.
Well, maybe 2 if she has twins.
No.
Yeah.
Well, because it's one woman, right?
Yeah, because birthing is a very tiring process. So
9
I'm going to
months.
give, for the benefit of the let's just say 1.
Okay, let's say 1, right? Because in most cases it's 1.
Yeah.
So that means every year you can have 1 baby. But if you have 1 man, and let's say you have 1,000 women, or you have 1,000,000 women,
you service all of them.
And he can have 1,000,000 children in a year.
Yeah.
So a man's job, first and foremost, is to reproduce, to make babies. This is the job. Now I told you, like, there's the natural instinct, and then there is the knowledge, and there is the morality. So if you look at modern day morality, like one man, one woman, this is something that is very new to us.
Okay.
No, I'm telling you, because back in the days.
But if reproduction is the man's job, then what does the woman do?
Thank you very much for the
That's
question.
why when I gave you the analogy, you saw what I meant. Like the woman is the one who carries the baby, but the woman.
But I feel like it's both of them.
No.
It's a
both.
responsibility
Of course,
of
you
both
need
of
both
them.
to be able to reproduce.
Exactly.
But what I'm saying is, like, in terms of reproduction, like if you want to produce masses, that's why I gave you the analogy that if there was one woman and 1,000 men, I gave you the number, and you said one kid.
Every year.
One every year. So that's like it's gonna take way more than it would take one man and 1,000 women. Like one man and 1,000 women, that's like 1,000 women, like 1,000 kids.
Yeah.
So reproduction for a man is absolutely different from a woman. Now again, when a man sees a woman, what he sees is different from what a woman sees when he sees a man. So let's do this, right? If me and her decide tonight that we're gonna go to the club, and I say to all of you here that when I go to the club today, I'm gonna knock somebody, right?
Yeah.
There is probably maybe 10% chance that is gonna happen. But if she said that when she goes to the club tonight, she's gonna knock somebody, there is 1,000% chance that is gonna happen. Why do you think so?
Why?
Well, think about it.
No.
And then think, why is it that if a man will have the opportunity, they would knock, but with a woman, with all the 1,000% that she has to be able to knock tonight, if we go out together, mostly women don't do it, but men do it. Why do you think so?
Then unless they don't get free things,
it's not about that. So that's what I'm telling you. You know, there's a lot of things that come into play when we are dealing with the different sexes. So for a man, having children and stuff like this is biology. For the woman, she saw a man, she's thinking about different things. Commitment, she's thinking about raising kids, possibly having, you know, those are totally different. So I'm telling you, like, the perspectives are different.
I see.
Yeah.
Hey, Ram, what would you consider age or feelings in a relationship? Well, not or. Would you, if you're getting into a relationship with a person, do you consider the age? Do you consider the feelings? Do you consider the timing, biological time we have left?
Well, to me, age is just a number. Like, yeah, age is just a number. But, like he said, in the area or continent we find ourselves, most of our parents, or, depending on the family.
Thank you very much. I was about to say that it depends on the kind of family too that you're coming from. Depending
on your family, some might be against, others might be like, if that's who makes you happy, I mean,
have you realized
what makes you
with
happy,
the
go for
generation
it.
that we are in, young men are not very serious about commitment and relationship, marriages, and the whole idea of, you know, just starting up something of yours. They think all they have to do is to make money. And roll around with any floozy they find.
Interesting.
Then I find some middle-aged men or slightly older people that are very, like, the fear, their mind is home.
It's sitting in the house.
They take one look at you, they speak to you for a month, and they're already sure if they want to continue or not.
Yes.
I mean, we do have certain young men that are also like that, but the ratio is like, young men's ratio is like 12 to 90 something.
That's not a lie.
Honestly.
That's not a lie.
I don't know what is happening with, and we're holding this idea in this generation, like I said, hey.
But
so one thing I know, we are not blaming the guys.
Okay.
But so let's use my circle of friends. Okay. So one thing my friends are always saying is, with our generation, it's be hard for me to pick a wife. I'm like, why? Then they are like,
Have you seen some of the girls?
Have you seen some of the girls?
Obishi
shisha.
I see dragon. When they go to the club, they are holding the shisha. It's coming out of their nose like dragon.
And it's actually a lifestyle.
It's not a lifestyle.
No, like if you don't do it,
you are not part of them.
I mean, they've called me John, sir, so I'm used to it.
If you don't do it, if you don't wear certain clothes, if you don't move in a certain direction, if you don't do trendy stuff.
Exactly.
Personally, I don't know how to even position my phone and then take TikTok videos.
And this one, they confession before the show goes.
So because of that, I mean, some of my female friends are like, oh, na everyone went there. South challenge and call yeah, but and call winning for I'm like, sister.
The talent will challenge me. I can't do it.
Thank you very much.
I totally
and then watch them. Some of the guys are also like,
right?
Some of the guys are also like.
But since I'm the only guy here, I have to defend the guys a little bit.
Well, yeah, but let me land with the guys first.
Try to hold down the solidarity of the
I'm not gonna let you guys just throw it out there.
Oh no, but it's a fact. It's facts.
Yeah.
And then some of them are also like, the people they like don't like them back. And then those who actually like them back too, those days they are being influenced by their friends.
Well,
with money, like their friends to be like, oh, this guy, he's still a trying guy. Move to someone who has more money. Because people come to post stories or say,
I helped him
and then he didn't make it, or he made it and then he got someone else, like those kind of stories. So now most of the ladies, if they even see a trying guy, someone who is trying and is ready to do everything within his means to get them together and then, you know, keep the thing up and then alive, they don't want it because they are like,
you get successful, then it's like you forget about me.
And then you get someone else, and then it's happening. It's really not as bad as it's happening.
It's happening. I mean, it's like we have evidence of what we're saying.
Right.
I mean, that is quite
so it's based on behavior, influence, and then a couple of factors. That's what is causing the young guys not to prioritize marriage and then settling down. And then I feel with the middle class men or the middle-aged guys, they've gotten to a point where they've sat and then come to a conclusion that I'm growing, I have to settle. Or maybe there is pressure coming from somewhere,
from home.
So let me just settle and then, you know, give birth to like one or two. Then what can come. Then that is where after giving birth, you see most of them finding
parenting.
Girls around doing things
while your wife is at home. So, why are you doing that, my love? Why? Why?
So
I understand you, Aram. I completely understand you. But I also, you see, I'm trying to play both fences, because in as much as we see these men, they're doing all of these things, but we also find women that are not encouraging that behavior through their actions. So I'll tell you what, on one of the previous episodes, we spoke about one of the stories that came in. The guy says he absolutely loves his wife, he adores her, but he's noticed certain changes after marriage. Like before marriage, she was open to like going out, going to dinner, dressing up, looking nice. They get married, no, everything has passed.
When you're
why are you doing that? Me? You marry me. By the time you come home, I've done makeup and I'm wearing heels. I'm not going anywhere. I mean, you don't know me. Whereas I can wear heels to the cinema hall. Me, I would dress up. I will not see. I want to be able to say this is the husband of my youth, and these are our photos. You know, we're doing this. We're exploring the world. We're having adventures. I don't want to get married. I'll be sitting at home every day. I'm sitting at home every day. I'll go to work. I come home and I'm sitting at home. Hey, God forbid, though. I'm not doing it. But I'm coming to you. But if people allow me around, sir,
calm down.
What's your take on childbirth before marriage?
Ish.
Do you think it's something that you would do?
No.
Or encourage?
No.
So your own is marriage before childbirth?
Yes. It saves a lot.
Oh, when you say it saves a lot, what do you mean?
It saves a lot of embarrassment.
Okay.
One.
Uh-huh.
It saves a lot of suffering.
Thank you.
It saves a lot of the children itself, their mindset, how they are going to behave, how they'll be brought up.
Yeah.
Like it saves a lot of things. People don't.
It will be much better if you had the kids after marriage.
Yes.
For you.
And you have a stable home, and you feel like this person that you have gotten married to is going to take you far away. Like for me, I don't encourage that, but I have seen that it's actually a lifestyle.
Oh, but that's. I mean, it's a sad thing,
reality?
but it's happening, and
it actually says a lot.
I don't know how. Well, I reserve my comments.
No.
Godson, I reserve my
Say it.
comments.
Because-
Godson, child before marriage, child after marriage.
He doesn't have an issue with it.
No, personally, I don't. I don't have
Aaron Kayo.
I
Aaron
don't have
said
any,
it.
because every time we're thinking about that side, we should also think about what happens on the other side, because it's like gone are the days where we used to say like no sex until marriage.
Yeah.
Now that is gone. And
It's not gone. No.
in most cases,
It's gone, but it's just that
Now we have all normalized it. It's something that we've normalized.
Yes, but it's not gone
It's
at
not
all.
gone completely, but in a way we kind of have normalized it. So now you have to understand that if people are having sex, then there is a possibility that somebody might get pregnant.
Yeah, somebody said that when you're having sex, just know there's a possibility.
There's a possibility.
You're going to have
always is the risk, And then if the culture says that, like you said, in terms of respect and stuff like that, if the culture says we don't want to respect people who have kids before marriage, but they are having sex, that means when people get pregnant and they are not married and stuff like that, that type of social judgment leads them to do certain type of actions that we also do not want to accept or agree with.
Yeah.
You see, you were talking about the young guys trying to look for money, before, and then the middlemen being able to financially, help the girls. Again, that goes back to our culture, because I've been married before.
Oh, okay.
I was married in Europe. And when I got married, I promise you, I think I had about maybe 200 euros in my pocket, and I was able to get married, and there was no problem. And then I thought afterward, like, I could never have done this in Ghana.
At all.
So you see,
you did at least $100,000.
You can't.
So the culture
Tradition.
puts a lot of pressure on the young man
wants a
that even if you are going to get married, all the unnecessary things. I'm sorry, I'm not saying unnecessary, but you have to buy
But some of them,
a lot of.
some are unnecessary.
Exactly.
Yes.
So,
Like,
and then
why? One wedding. You want to do the wedding like 1 week. Why? Why?
Look at Ghana.
Because the person has made
For
it
a young
in life.
man to be able to go to school, get a job, like go through all the stages, university, do national service, get a job, and start to stabilize himself before he can get married, it takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
That is why when they are like 35, now they are the men that you are called the middle age. Now they are in that position to be able to start thinking of, you know. So like our culture somehow determines, what we should do and what we should not do. But as we are thinking that, I would love everybody to be married and to be in a very nice, wonderful family before they have kids. But that is not mostly the case. And we would like to pretend that in our culture, there is no sex before marriage. But that is certainly not the case. So if people are having sex before marriage and they get pregnant,
Just
I
know
think
there's
like we should allow them to, this is what has happened, we should allow them to have the kid and get married later if they want. So we have to be able to look at it from both sides.
With that, I was about to say that it's understandable because sometimes people are in relationships. They've probably not spoken about marriage and all of that, and then a child comes out of it, and then the family is like, "Hey, you must get married to my daughter, no matter what. My daughter cannot give birth without." But what if the woman doesn't want the man anymore, or the man doesn't want the relationship anymore? But we are ushered into a society where it's a must. Whether you like it or not, and once you don't do that,
some tribes it's a must.
And it's like you're married, but you're not really happy.
We have to start getting a little bit flexible, But sometimes, like women, when women are judging men, like I take a little step back and I want, you can see a man who is a doctor, and he can fall in love with, excuse me to say, any woman, if he's in love. But you will not see a woman who is a doctor who will lower her standards to...
I have actually heard of that. The women usually like to raise standards. And I just have a problem with that because women say they want somebody that is higher than them.
Yes.
But then we say we want to be equal.
Yeah.
But now you've gotten somebody that is higher than you, which doesn't place you on an equal pedestal. Now the person is higher than you, so they can do whatever they want to do. So you cannot look, women. We need to choose one side. Do we want to get people that are higher than us, or we want to be equal? So please make up your mind.
So your question was, at some point you were saying that is love enough? Even for most women, love is not enough.
Well, for me, love is enough because I have been in a relationship where a lot of things threatened the relationship up to the point where it has disintegrated. It has look, the relationship has done like this. It has broken.
You should send us a message on broken pen.
I should send my story as a broken pen. Where we're sitting in front of each other and we can see that we don't want to let go. And then the person looks at me and then I look back at them and then I say, I love you. I don't want to let go. And I get that all of this thing is happening, but we're going to work on it. And it's possible. And boom, we're back.
Oh, congratulations. Congratulations.
Yeah, so you see, sometimes love is enough, sometimes it's not. I have always said this. This generation doesn't understand that love, when they say love is not enough, it's because they have just designated love to just feelings. Love is a lot more than feelings. Love is sacrifice. Love is 100%. Love is like all or nothing. And people seem to forget that love is best manifested in the lows. In the lows. You people, you keep forgetting. Love is manifested in the lows. It is the lowest times that you get to see if somebody truly loves you. Well, you people enjoy the dates and the flowers and the chocolate, and then you forget that there's some time when he's not calling you, you're crying. But you have to make the first move.
You know, one advice that I will, from my experience, like one advice I would give to girls is like, guys always appreciate girls who help them when they are nowhere. Like that I will tell you for a fact. I'm sitting here, as old as I am, I never forget, like I can remember all the girls who at some point said, oh, you are nothing, you're nobody, like that type of stuff. And then I remember the girls who supported me, like when I was,
held you down.
Exactly. So like guys never forget that type of girl. Like if you're willing to stand by a guy when he has nothing, and you support that guy, I think any woman who will be in that position to support a guy, the guy will mostly succeed. Because guys, when we have a woman who believes in us, it helps us to even believe.
That's like the biggest motivation, huh?
Exactly, and that is the type of thing that we don't kind of like never let go. But when we already make it, and especially when you've already made it, you look at every girl as, okay, now they're just coming for the bread.
They're just coming for the
you know, so that is when I'm telling you, like sometimes.
But I don't want anybody to think of me like that. Like I'm just.
Well, don't make the moves. You know, let the guys make the move.
They should make the move.
Yeah, because when you make the move for us, it's a red flag.
Oh my God! Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for
so the girl, she was wrong from the onset.
Everything was just.
No, I think you're getting the story wrong.
Yes, you're actually getting.
She didn't make the first move.
That's what
the guy made the first.
Yes.
Okay.
The guy actually made the first.
The guy made the first move.
And the conversation started.
Yes, but
I think the guy came first before she started
making the 7 hours.
Yes, because mind you, okay, well, some ladies will, but the girl didn't state if the guy was coming to visit her. Maybe.
Let's just go with what we have. We're working with only what we have. And
let's just go with what we have. But from what we have, maybe the guy has visited, or the guy made the first move.
But as per her message.
But you know, one thing about women is sometimes we enunciate certain things because we want people to feel like
for
we
us.
have suffered.
Yes.
Because if you're saying you made 7-hour trip there, that means you also made a 7-hour trip too.
Yes, 7-hour trip.
So
you could have just said you made a trip instead of saying 7-hour trip.
Like, you know, it makes sense. Sometimes it can be 7 hours.
Exactly. She's just mentioning that part so that we understand that she it was 7 hours.
We are not saying this to make her feel bad though.
Yes. But I mean, we've all done that. Me, I've done that before.
Hey.
I was fighting with somebody and then I said, do you know? There was a time he called me. It was night.
I didn't even
sleep. It's not even night. It's like 7 p.m. But I was saying night as if it is 12 o'clock. It wasn't like that.
But the guy even came back after 2 months, so maybe he even broke up with her.
It's the pretense.
No, it's the pretense.
Maybe 2 months. By 2 months, I've already
moved on. But you know, we took this story to the streets of Accra, and then we spoke to certain people.
Okay.
So, guys, are you ready?
Yes.
Let's hear from the streets.
For to be the lady, I will ignore the man. Yes, because there must be a reason why he's coming back. So you decided not to do a white wedding and you wanted a child before the marriage. Now you left. What didn't you get in the relationship that you had before coming back to the lady? So if I was to be the lady, it's a no. I will ignore you. Go back to that same lady. And then maybe, probably she will meet someone better than the guy. Marriage, age is just a number. As far as they will say, if you're a lady, at a certain age, you pass like a flower. But now it's just the number. You can take care of yourself, repackage or rebrand yourself. Even at age 50, you still get someone who really loves you the way you are. So she just ignore the man and the right person will come.
Okay, so I think the girl should also leave. I mean, if he liked you in the first place, he would have stayed for you to settle things between the two of you. But since he ghosted you, Charlie, you should be human being, ghost him. You know that.
I feel if someone else is making him happy, then he should stay there and stop keeping her in the indecisiveness.
For me, I wouldn't go back to him because if a man respects you, he wouldn't want you to have a child for him before marriage. So I think if I was the woman, I wouldn't go back because it's very much important for both parties to respect each other and each other's opinion. So if you want a child and she doesn't want a child before marriage, you need to respect it. And indeed, if you love her, you get married to her before the child comes in.
I feel that he coming back for like any relationship or anything marriage, he does not have any good intentions for her. So probably she should forget about him and then move on with her life. I think in the right time and then with the right things she does, she'll get a better man to come through for her. But as for this guy, I don't think he has anything good in mind for her. So that's what I would say.
Now we're moving from the streets and we're coming back in the studio. We want to stay a little bit on track here. Aram, what do you think our lady should have done when she realized there was another lady in the picture?
Okay, I'll use myself.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I was her,
yeah,
I would have texted the guy.
Yes.
And then asked you calmly, can we meet up or something? And then probably tell you, I can't travel to meet you this time. Is it possible to come to my end? If you do, I sit you down. Maybe you're not meeting in my house, mind you, or my home. We'll meet somewhere, an eatery, like a restaurant, a park or something. I ask you, bro, are we still together? Are we still in this? Then if you're trying to act smart about everything and then lie, I mean, I bring the evidence and I ask you, do you still want me? Because, I mean, I have made up my mind. I wouldn't want you anymore. But I am asking you, so be honest with me and tell me so that you don't keep me in the dark or let me be indecisive about, like, my whole dating life. Because it won't be because of you I would start hating men, or it won't be because of you I would start having a different feeling. Because at the end of the day, averagely, every Ghanaian young girl or every Ghanaian lady wants a big white wedding, wants a better man, wants everything done right.
Yes.
So, if, I mean, you still lie about it and after confrontation, you don't say anything, I tell you, bro, I'm not interested anymore. Let's just end it because I think you have someone better. So go ahead with the person. Personally, I don't do this. Then I ended there with you. I leave you.
Simple and SHORT. You see, we have a problem. We don't know how to communicate. If something is not going away, speak about it. Ask the person. Confront them. Edenoa, do you want to say something?
Yes.
Let's hear you.
I'll do the person the same thing.
Hey. You do the person the same thing. Tit for tat. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth.
After all, we are just dating. We are all getting to know each other.
You want to be talking to other people without talk to other people.
I know people who do that.
I mean,
for me, I'll not even mute you.
See it.
I'll actually post it
so that you see that.
Yes.
I'm talking to another person.
Yes, I'm
if
happy.
You cannot do it. You go and jump into the lagoon.
I'm actually happy. So if yourself, you feel like, hey, what is this girl doing? Then
advise yourself.
You shake your body small. But
that's a waste of time. Would you know that?
It's not a waste of time.
Well, no, because at the end of the day, to some people it is not. But I feel at the end of the day, the guy is still watching your status. Like maybe he's following you on all socials, and then you're.
Do you block your ex?
Yes. You are probably.
You see the way she said it? She did. No. He must see it. He must see it.
Yes, you must.
You should see that I'm still glowing.
Yes,
I am actually making it.
You are part of
I'm not
those
sad.
people.
I'm not. I'm
but
doing
I mean,
what
at the end of the
I
day,
always do.
He will definitely see you somewhere. Your people will post you. He would see you somewhere. He would see it.
That's his problem.
Because me, I have met my ex in town before, and then he was like, whoa, like bro, I thought after me, that's going to be the end of the world for you.
No,
but
I will do you some.
This for time.
Yes.
I feel it's a waste of time.
No, you see, the fact that he's actually doing it and has muted me will annoy me. And will let me sit down back and actually I can afford something. Do you
just
get
to
like I said?
Yes,
waste of time.
It's not actually waste of time.
To me, it's a waste of time, feelings, energy, because you're going to put a lot in there.
After that 2 months, do you get someone?
No, you don't get someone, but you move on.
But
to what?
You need to also understand that a lot of people process pain differently.
Right.
You understand?
I'm not disputing that.
Because there are certain people that even after relationships have ended, they try to establish connections or communication with their exes because they just want to know what went wrong. And then there are some people, they're like, oh, you left? Okay, block.
Oh, me, actually, I don't block
you
my
understand?
ex. I don't know. I will not block the person.
It's understandable.
Even if
but you know, blocking your ex actually depends on what the ex did to you.
And yes, depends on how the thing ended though.
Yes,
if it ended
because
well,
if it ended well, like if we both sat down, had
and then
a good communication
but
or conversation.
If it ends that is when I want to show you that the world has not ended for me.
But somebody would say you are what?
I'm what? Me there. No, it's true. I want that if my ex is watching this, he will say,
what do you say you're a red flag?
I'm not a red flag. I'm not actually a red flag. But everybody and their red something. I'll not come and pretend here. You are doing what I don't like. I should sit down and be like, I should cry. I can't take my pain like that.
I can't
cry. Some people will cry. Some people will be calm.
I'll cry.
Some people will cry. Some people will rant to their friends. Me, I'm not going to rant anything to anybody. I'm going to do it to you.
So,
like,
yes. But we also posted a story before you coming.
Okay.
We posted a story on our social media platforms, and we saw some very interesting comments. Are you ready to listen to them?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have DJ Momson, and he says, allow him to move on. Hey! The corporate guy says he muted you because he loves you. Ama Ephraima says, give him a chance and see. Your life will be sweet like cinnamon. Sadam Tracy says, everyone and what is doing them. Abigail says, how old are you again? Because I need the next story to read ASAP. Just met Trudy says, that guy obviously isn't interested in you. Perhaps he only needs you to produce babies for him. Again, that silence alone is a total turn off for me. If he can mute you and post another lady now, imagine what more he can do when you give him that baby he wants. It's always hard to leave first, loves. But dear, you can. Don't let him use your naiveness against you, your naivety against you. Reflections by Lena says he has shown you his true colors. There's nothing more to see. If that's the kind of person you want to do life with, well, I guess that's your choice. I am Sewa says, how do you advise a woman in love? Because him muting you and posting another lady on a status alone is a red flag.
Big one.
Anne says, after all these pieces of advice, she'll still do what her heart wants.
Of course. She's not lying.
Regina says, run for your life.
Run.
And we have Adobe G. You said you love him. Love is unfortunately a disease only you can cure. So as and when you're ready to deal with that emotion, you deal with it. Now, to the topic on taking him back, if your goal is to be in a home, procreate and live a life filled with your full attention directed to serving a man and kids, I'd say accept his offer. But if your futuristic prospect is to be with a man who will call you respect, know your worth, and actually form a bond filled with friendship and mutual respect, then no, you shouldn't look back at him and make him aware you know about this other woman. The mere fact that you're torn between allowing him back into your life and letting him go shows just how terrible and normal you've come to accept a man who will cheat on you. Yeah. Because if he feels he's a provider and he can make you do things at his command, then you're not that important to him. Besides making babies and he treating you less of a woman and more of a F-word rag and a baby maker as well as a house help. Just know what you can tolerate and make a decision in that respect. Now, this comment really got to me because everything she said is exactly what I am feeling. I mean, usually on the show, I try to play both fences. I play a little bit for the guys and then I play a little bit for the ladies. But we need to understand that this is a very peculiar situation where we do understand that he's aging. He might want kids. He wants to start a family ASAP. But you can't tell me that you love me enough to want us to have kids before marriage. And then you go completely off on me for like 2 or 3 months. Post another... What? Are you a child? Why would you post another person and mute me? You are... If you post the person and I say, will I hang you? Will I beat you? Will I slap you? You're grown. You're a grown-ass man, for God's sake. You should... If you're doing it, do it with your full chest. Don't be scared. But we're also seeing that there's a possibility that if she ever ended up in it... I think because she wasn't very convinced on having children with the man, he just kind of lost interest. Yeah. And they should have just ended it there. I don't know why both of them wanted to come back again after 2 or 3 months. And you two are there, you're not asking. Me there, as a communicator, anything I will ask you. Yes. I will ask you plain. But guys, we've gotten to my favorite part of the segment. It's called Look Into My Eyes, guys. Look into my eyes.
Hey, I'm actually wondering what to do.
Look into my eyes. So this segment, as first timers, what you do is you look straight into your camera and then you lay down a piece of advice briefly for the author of the story, because we believe she's watching and she wants to know what our pieces of advice is. So I'm starting with Aram. Aram, you look at the camera and then you lay down your piece of advice briefly.
Okay. So, dear Anonymous.
That's right.
I don't think you should get back with him. Because if a man loves you and respects you, he would probably get you from the onset, listen to your side of the story. I mean, he would communicate with you in the long run. He would listen to you. And then if he's grown enough, like you were saying, or making us believe, he would act like a matured man. And then talk to you and be like, sis, I don't think you want what I want. And then I am Asian, so I think we should go our separate ways and then find people we think would match our desires or what we both want.
Yeah.
But since he didn't do that and ghosted you for 2 solid months, muted you, after your efforts to like communicate to him and all of that, he still didn't give you the energy and then comes back acting all nice. It means wherever he went to, he was bounced. So he's come back to you. So please bounce him.
Bounce
do
for
what
bounce.
is best for you.
Yeah.
That's what I can tell. Just do what's best for you.
What's best for you. Yedenoa, your piece of advice.
Dear girl, I feel like you should run.
Run for your life.
Yes, because someone that has ghosted you for 2 solid months and is coming back has no good intention for you. So I just feel like you should move on. You shouldn't think about first love. First love, yes, just run and move on. if you need a boyfriend, come to me.
Yeah. She'll do the connection for you. Godson?
Yeah, so like I said, I came here to be honest. I didn't come to be political, and I didn't just come to say nice words because I'm on TV. I'm just going to tell you the truth. For a man, wanting to have a baby before marriage doesn't mean like he doesn't love you or he's disrespecting you or whatever. Men can look at marriage, especially white marriage, very differently. And me, personally, I don't think like you see some people, because they want to do a very huge white wedding, they borrow money, take loans and stuff just to do a wedding, and then after that you have a stressful marriage. I don't think that is really important. So there are obviously people who cannot even afford white marriage, and if the traditional is what you can afford, go for it. When a man says we can have babies, stay with me and stuff like that, if you love that man, go for it. Follow your heart, you know. Don't listen to advice from a lot of people, because sometimes, especially women, they will tell you to do something, and some of them will gladly even accept to be side chicks for other men. So follow your heart. You know, the guy, even he didn't talk to you for 2 months, now he's back. You don't know why he's back. Maybe he was with somebody, it didn't work out, and you know, so we all make mistakes. Sometimes we lose something before we see the value. So if he's coming back, you know, try to be communicative. Talk to him, find out like what happened, and if you have things on your chest, throw it out there. But talk to him and follow your heart. Don't listen to anybody.
Okay, like Godson says, if you still want to find out certain information, I have a friend, right? He's an American, and he would say there's no point in going to have any conversation, because he would always ask you, what is the benefit of that conversation to you? So my dear young girl, think about it. What is the benefit of that conversation to you? If it's of no benefit, then please, like Yedenwa said, run. But guys, that's about it for tonight's show. I hope we're able to mend this broken pen to the best of our abilities. Before we go, Betway says I should remind you that Ayesoko, the Akosomodal may be big, but the Betway cash out offer is bigger. Our enhanced early, partial, and auto cash out feature lets you cash your bets out early, cash out a portion of your ongoing bets, or even set your bets to cash out automatically. All of this is to give you way more control over every 3-inning bet you place. Sign up today at betway.com.gh. Terms and conditions apply. Remember, all of your bets are regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. No under 18. Betway, get way more. Tonight's show wouldn't have been possible without Telesil Ghana, Betway, and Nags Calabash and Cocktail. To our crew backstage, we say a big thank you for your effort in making this a success. I'll see you same time next week. My name is Yavika Lukosh.
Visit www